Hi Rockets! Today we're going to read a story about a neighborhood or a community. And there's a little boy who lives in this neighborhood named Quinito. And Quinito is going to take us on a tour of his neighborhood, showing us some of the places and introducing us to some of the people that live there. We're actually going to read Quinito's neighborhood 2 times. The first time we'll go through the book just looking at the pictures, and we'll pay special attention to the signs in the book. We'll try to use the clues on the pages to figure out what the signs might be telling us. Then we'll read the book again, this time reading the words, and we'll decide if we were right, if we noticed the correct clues to figure out what those signs were telling us. I'm going to turn my camera around today so you can see the pictures up close. All right, let's get started. This is Quinito's neighborhood. Illustrations by Jose Ramirez and story by Cumpiano. Let's get started. Quinito's neighborhood. So already we're in Quinito's neighborhood and I'm noticing some signs. I wonder if there are any clues here that could tell us a little bit more about what these signs might say. Let's zoom in a bit. I see a person wearing a white coat here. Looks like he has some things on a table or a shelf. I see someone up here with a toolbox, but I'm still not exactly sure what these signs are telling us. Let's take a look at the next page. Maybe there'll be some more obvious clues. So I definitely see some clues on this page. I see a sign at the top and a sign here. I also see these pictures, and these are the clues I was talking about. What do you think this sign might say to go along with what we see here? What do you notice in the bed of the truck? And what do you notice up here? I think I have a pretty good idea about what this sign might say. If you have an idea, hold it in your brain and we'll figure out if we were right when we go back through to read the words of the story. All right, I see another sign here. Big letters. Words written in all uppercase letters. Let's take a closer look about what's happening here. Ooh, what do you think this sign might be telling us? Yeah, I see an important clue here and also an important clue here. I also see someone painting on the building right here, and I'm wondering what these words say. Maybe it has something to do with the painting. What do we see on this page? Clowns. I wonder where in Quinito's neighborhood or his community clowns might go. What this sign might be labeling. Here I see another place in Quinito's neighborhood, but I don't see a sign to tell us what it is. Do you see any clues in the pictures that might tell us what this place is? I see another sign here. I wonder what this sign says. Let's take a look. I think this is an important clue. And also what this person is wearing. I remember during our clothes study seeing this hat and an apron. What do you think this sign might tell us? Yeah, maybe it has something to do with what they have here. I see Quinito looks like he's taking a piece, maybe buying a piece. This looks like a cash register. I see a lot of signs on this page. Let's take 10 seconds to just look. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Do you have any ideas about what any of these signs might say? I see a sign here with maybe an important clue below. I see some clues here next to this sign. I'm curious about this sign. I see it starts with a B and ends with a K. But there's not a lot of clues on the outside of this building about what might be going on here. Here's a view of that street again. Maybe this is a clue. In front of that building on the end, this woman is handing Quinito what looks like maybe a little piece of paper. Here we see someone else from Quinito's community or his neighborhood. I see she's sewing something, but I don't see any signs that tell us what this place might be. I'm wondering if there's a sign on the outside of the building. If there was, what do you think it would say? I recognize this person and this sign. What does this sign say? Yeah, I've definitely seen that stop sign before. Where do we often see crossing guards holding up stop signs? These people look like they're coming from the direction of the park, but where do you think they're going? And here we see all the people from Quinito's neighborhood. And that's the end. Now we're going to read Quinito's neighborhood one more time. This time we're going to read the words in the story so we can figure out if we were right, if the clues that we noticed helped us to get an accurate picture of what the signs say. All right, let's do it. Quinito's neighborhood. Illustrations by Jose Ramirez and story by Ina Cumpiano. Quinito's neighborhood. My mommy is a carpenter. My papi is a nurse. So I see his mom is a carpenter, someone that works with wood. She's putting up these wooden signs that say free clinic or clínica gratis, where his dad, his papi, works. A clinic is somewhere where you can go to receive medical care, kind of like a doctor's office. We were pretty sure about the clues here, that they were telling us something. We noticed the clocks in the picture, and the sign says, we repair clocks, watches. Tick-tock, relojería, and I think in Spanish that means clock repair or clock making. The words here tell us, my abuela drives a big truck, so that's his grandmother, drives this big truck. And my abuelo fixes clocks. Yeah, to repair means to fix. Sometimes my abuela brings broken grandfather clocks, that's these big clocks, to my abuelo's shop. My tia, my aunt, is a muralist, so she paints big paintings, oftentimes on buildings. My tío teaches dance. Yes, this was a great clue for what this sign says. This says dance, or baile, which is how we say dance in Spanish. Our mural here that's being painted by his aunt says mujeres en movimiento, so women in motion. These women are moving like they're dancing. If we zoom in really closely, we can see on this sign that it tells us what type of dance is offered at this dance studio. Afro-Brazil hip-hop folklorico. My grown-up cousin Tita goes to clown school. Circo de la Gente. Wow, so these clowns in Quinito's community go to clown school. Maybe they also perform for the people that live in this neighborhood. Make people laugh, make people feel happy. Her brother, my primo Ruperto, is a dentist, and he checks people's teeth. Right now we're on the inside of the dentist, but I bet on the outside there's a sign that says dentist. Everyone will know where to go to get their teeth cleaned. My neighbors, Rafi and Luis Manuel, go to work very early. Rafi bakes bread and Luis Manuel sells it. So what do we call a person who bakes bread? Yeah, a baker. And he's wearing a hat like a chef. This sign says Pen Cafe, and pen in Spanish is bread. Pan. Remember, at a cafe too, you might be able to buy coffee. I think I see some coffee cups here. Mrs. Hernandez sells Rafi's bread at her bodega too. So bodega is like a grocery store or a corner store where you can go in, you can get some types of food, you can get pre-made sandwiches sometimes, and other things you might need for your bathroom, things that you might find at CVS. And she sells bread from the bakery there as well. Her daughter, Sonia Isabel, counts the money in the bank at the corner. Ah, yes. So this sign that I was very curious about that starts with B and ends with K, that's the bank. And there's the bodega again, and the bank where Sonia Isabel is giving something small to Quinito. Maybe it's a dollar bill. Maybe it's an envelope from the bank. Guillermo is our mailman. Guillermo is going to marry Sonia Isabel. Doña Estrella is a seamstress. She is sewing a wedding dress for Sonia Isabel. So she's sewing, making or fixing clothes is what a seamstress does. I bet on the outside of her building there might be a sign that says seamstress or clothing repair or wedding dresses made here. Signs help people know where to go when they need something. Mr. Gomez is Doña Estrella's neighbor. He's also my teacher at school. Hey, I have a connection with him. Mrs. Gomez is a crossing guard, and she helps me cross the street. I see a crossing guard at J. Wilson when we're back in person. So I think these people are crossing the street from the park over to the school to see Mr. Gomez, their teacher. And I am a very busy person too, says Quinito. I have to tell Mr. Gomez that my mommy is a carpenter and my papi is a nurse. So Quinito's neighborhood is not made up of just buildings and the signs that label them, but it's made up of the people who live there too. And that is the end of our story. Well, Rockets, were your predictions about the signs in Quinito's neighborhood correct? Yeah, I think we were able to use some of the clues or the pictures in the story to figure out what the signs might say. It was interesting to learn some new words in Spanish too, to label the buildings in Quinito's neighborhood. Maybe you'll be inspired by Quinito. You'll start looking around at the signs in your neighborhood too. All right, I will see you for our next read aloud. Bye, Rockets.